Hello, in today's video, I'm going to talk through my 2024 content development plan that I use with the artificial intelligence tools that I've been putting together for more than a year and a half. And then I'm going to talk about what worked for me and what didn't work. And I'm going to go through a change and write out my 2025 content plan and explain to you exactly what I'm going to be doing differently. So in 2024, I started off by creating some content plans back down here where I described to the content cycle that I was going to do, and then I described the content inside that cycle that I was going to be creating. So now I'm going to draw out that plan that I created last year. So the basics of it is that I was going to publish content using artificial intelligence automations. I was going to create content that would be hosted on my Beehive newsletter website. Then the second step was I was going to take that content, and I did, and I put it over onto a Medium publication that had lots of subscribers so that my content got out to more people. So with the Beehive newsletter, there is an ad revenue system inside. There's a boost revenue system inside. It's a little economic community inside your Beehive newsletter. So it can turn into a real revenue stream itself. The idea of taking the content and sharing it over to Medium is that this also has a way that you could earn a little bit from people reading and commenting on your content. So the purpose of putting this content together was to promote my course, my community, where I put all of my automations so that you can just grab them, download them, and I'll help you install them and get them going. This community has been really great. It's been fantastic. I've met some really high profile people and done some amazing work inside there. I'm really grateful for that. And I've got some big plans for 2025 that are different again from 2024. So people could come from my Beehive website and join my subscribe and my system, and people could come from my content, that same content shared over on Medium, and come into my platform. The next step was to use an automation to share all of this onto the different social medias. So I was sharing over to LinkedIn, I was sharing over to Twitter, I was sharing over to Facebook, I was sharing over to Reddit, my own private subreddits over there. And sometimes I was creating a YouTube video short that I would embed back into the content and see how that went. As you can see here in this screenshot, the purpose of this entire process was to run this over and over and over again and slowly build more and more and more text content on the internet that would be an asset that would slowly build up more and more traffic into my main offering. And while some of this artificial intelligence content really did work, in other cases it didn't work at all. For example, you can see this case where I had 135 pages, 133 pages listed in Google, and then they all started getting de-indexed. All that artificial intelligence content that was really well researched, I took a lot of time to put that together. It totally evaporated. It's just not worth the time I put into it. So as I reviewed all of my stats for 2024, I went into each of the different platforms and I looked to see what worked and what didn't. Where did most of my sales come from in my course that was growing? And as I looked back to see where the money actually came in from, it was really important for me to understand that there was only a couple places where money actually came in to the system. And it wasn't from all the text content. While this contributed a little bit, most all of the results came from the very few videos that I did, the shorts videos that I did on different platforms. In 2024, my focus was text content because that's what I was most comfortable with, and I put a little bit of video into it. In 2025, I'm going totally video, and the text content is to support the videos. So let's take a reimagined look now at how this will turn out. So instead of creating content for text, I'm going to use AI to help me create some scripts for videos. Then I'm going to read that script out and I'm going to turn it into a video, and I'm going to publish it over on to my new TikTok profile, my brand new Instagram profile, and my YouTube shorts, as well as publishing over onto Twitter and onto LinkedIn. So all of this is going to be video onto the social platforms. The second step will be to take that video and put it onto a website post and to build out those posts so that the video is embedded inside. Anybody who comes to those posts is going to be connected up to any of these platforms. Following that, the content will be shared over onto the social media profiles as well. So we'll have a circle of content that's put out originally, and then it's published onto a blog post, and then that blog post is sent out again to bring people back to connect up to those social profiles where the action really is. Now let's talk about the automations that I'm going to build to help me with this. The first is going to be an automation that is going to help with the script writing for the videos to make sure that I'm doing a viral format script that is about 50-60 seconds long and I just read through it. Then the second automation is going to take the script and it's going to make contextual video and images for me. So I'm going to take Flux AI images and I'm going to turn them into motion clips using Kling AI and turn those into video. Then I've got some editing to do here where I put things together, and this part will probably be automated as I get more skill at it. But first of all, I'll be starting off with some manual editing. From this point, I'm going to create a spreadsheet that is going to have all the information about the video that I want to publish and share. I want to have an automation that is going to draw all the info from my spreadsheet, and then it is going to publish that video onto each of the platforms so that this will be taken care of through another automation for me. Following that, the information from the script itself is going to be turned into a blog post. So this will have an automation that will turn everything into a larger blog post that's pre-formatted for me. All of that's going to happen in this main automation up here. As we go through and share everything, it's going to have the content produced for me. So I can just either edit and the draft over on Medium, or I can copy and paste it over onto my website, or I can have it put directly onto a WordPress website. Then again, we've got another automation here that will fire afterwards to send off the content off to the social media. This one is going to require some editing right here, but nothing here requires editing at all. This can just keep going on its own. So this part will require edits right here. This part will require edits. This part will require edits, but everything in here should be automatic and I shouldn't have to do anything with it. And another important development for 2025 is that I'm going to be moving all of this amazing amount of content that I've been putting together for more than a year and a half. I'm going to go through and move all of these automations over into a new Skool instance. So I'm going to start out over on Skool, and every single day I'm going to be moving over one of these automations, and I'll be doing it live inside the Skool and teaching how to set up each one of these automations. So I'm not going to do them in the order that I created them. I'm going to move these automations over in the order that's most important for my new 2025 plan. So first of all, I need to do the AI script writing for the videos. Then I need to do the AI content that'll go inside those videos. I'll do the edit. I'll put that stuff together into a spreadsheet, and then I'll have an automation that will share that over onto all the different social platforms. But there's one automation here that I haven't really talked about here. So we have the automation at the beginning. We'll have an automation that's going to make some contextual content. Then I've got some work to do. Then we'll have an automation that's going to share the video content onto the various platforms. And that's part of the automation probably that will create the text for the blog post that will go out to support this specific video. Finally, we'll have the automation that shares the social media, but there needs to be an automation that listens to all the social media in order to reply to those customers, reply to those people who make a comment. So anybody who comments below any of these posts, I want an automation system that's going to fulfill the promise that I offer. So if I do a video like this and I say, all you have to do is leave the comment Frank down below, when you leave the comment Frank, there should be an automation that takes care of responding to that and then creating a spreadsheet of information here so that I know who I can be following up with. The last thing I want to talk about here is a change in the way I'm going to onboard new people in my community. So every single person who comes in is going to get a 30-minute call. Everybody. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to fill out a spreadsheet of the things that you are looking to achieve. I'm going to set up accountability goals with you, and then we're going to check in on those over time. In other words, I don't want this to be a community where you are left on your own, all the information's there, and you have to go and get it and do it yourself. Instead, I want this to be something that I'm working with you on this. I'm here to help you on your project. I'm here to walk you through what I can do for you, what my automations have, how it can fit into your flows to turn into revenue stream for you. You may come in because you're interested in some of the larger automations that I've put together, yet these are often pretty complex and they're really designed for my specific project. So I am here to help you redesign these and make it for your project. So the new instance of this Skool is not open yet. It's not developed. It's not created yet. I'm just starting it here today. And that is part of my 2025 plan. So in review, in 2024, I really worked on search engine optimization and text content. And I believe from all the recent research I've been doing that text content is pretty much dead. Nobody's going to websites. Search engine optimization is a dead field. Nobody is looking for content that way anymore. Instead, now the algorithms on each of the social platforms is where things are. And if you're not doing video, you're just not reaching people. People don't want to read. They want you to read to them. People don't want to do that extra step of work, and it's not because we're lazy. It's because we don't have to do that. There's somebody else who will do that work for us and present us with the information. So we're not going to use the least efficient way to get the information that we need. Now we're going to learn in the fastest way possible. The next thing that we're doing differently is I'm interviewing every single person that comes in. We're scheduling a 30-minute call. I have a spreadsheet where I'm putting on all of your information. What are your goals? What do you want to do? What are your accountables over the next while? And then I'm going to automate that so that I know when to ask you, how's it going? How is this working for you? So I'm super grateful to have you along with this video. It's just a walkthrough of what I'm planning to do next. And now it's time to get to action. For you and for me. If you'd like early access to this new Skool as soon as possible, leave the word Skool in the comments below and my automation will reply to you when I have this instance set up. Thanks again, everyone. Stay safe, and here's to your success.